Love Walmart but worried about food safety? The retailer has faced several high-profile recalls over the years. Could your go-to snack be next? In 2021, a widespread Salmonella Oranienburg outbreak was traced back to fresh onions from Chihuahua, Mexico. The CDC reported 892 cases of illness across 38 states and Puerto Rico. The affected onions, imported by ProSource Produce LLC and Keeler Family Farms, were distributed to various retailers, including Walmart. This led to a targeted recall of onions from stores in Oklahoma and Texas, where 36% of the illnesses were reported. The FDA highlighted that the recall affected not only retail, but also many food service products containing the onions. The CDC emphasized the severity of the outbreak, noting a particularly high rate of hospitalization. They recommended that consumers thoroughly wash their onions to reduce risk. In 2010, Walmart recalled 91,872 pounds of frozen chicken nuggets due to consumer complaints about plastic fragments found in the product. Although the recall was necessary, it was fortunately free of any reported injuries or illnesses.
There is a remote possibility of adverse health consequences from eating this particular recalled product.
The recall involved Great Value fully cooked chicken nuggets from Purdue Farms, packaged in 1-pound, 13-ounce bags. These products, manufactured on June 9, 2010, were shipped in cases of 8 to Walmart locations nationwide. The plastic found in the nuggets posed a choking hazard and could cause harm if ingested, particularly when the product is heated. In February 2024, Walmart recalled its Market-Side Bacon Ranch Crunch and Southwest Chopped Salad kits, affecting over 20 states. This recall followed a surge in listeria-related recalls tracing back to Rizzo Lopez Foods in California. The listeria detection also impacted bagged salads and chicken taco kits at retailers like Albertsons and Costco. The CDC reports that this listeria strain, linked to the outbreak, has caused 2 deaths and 23 hospitalizations since 2014, with 26 people affected. The illness has been traced back to queso fresco and cotija cheeses, with listeria responsible for around 1,600 illnesses and 260 deaths annually in the U.S.
They also say you should clean your fridge because listeria can survive and spread to other foods.
In 2006, Walmart pulled peanut butter from its shelves due to a salmonella outbreak that affected 628 people across 47 states. The CDC traced the contamination to Peter Pan and Great Value brands produced at ConAgra's Georgia plant. The outbreak, linked to poor facility conditions like a leaky roof, led to a massive recall. ConAgra later agreed to an $11.2 million settlement, the largest criminal fine in U.S. food safety history, underscoring the severity of the incident.
Hold the pancakes.
In 2022, Continental Mills recalled pancake and waffle mixes under Kroger and Walmart's Great Value brands after cable fragments were found in the products. While the recall affected Kroger mixes in select states, Great Value mixes were sold nationwide through Walmart. Fortunately, no injuries or illnesses were reported, and the cause of contamination was not specified by Continental Mills. James E. Rogers, Director of Food Safety Research and Testing at Consumer Reports, highlighted the importance of addressing such issues to prevent potential harm. Pieces of conveyor belts, plastic-coated cables, and other parts of machinery can contaminate food if they fail during the packaging and manufacturing process. Affected customers were provided with refunds for the potentially contaminated products. In 2020, Tanamura and Antle, a produce company based in Salinas, California, recalled nearly 4,000 cases of romaine lettuce due to potential E. coli contamination. This recall impacted over 1,000 Walmart stores across the U.S. Although no deaths occurred, 12 people fell ill, with 5 requiring hospitalization. The recall specifically involved single heads of Tanamura and Antle-branded romaine lettuce, sold in clear plastic bags with certain sell-by dates. This incident came just 2 years after Walmart introduced blockchain technology to trace leafy greens more efficiently, aiming to enhance food safety by reducing traceability time from days to mere seconds. In 2016, Walmart and Target initiated a recall of several frozen vegetable products due to possible listeria contamination, following similar warnings from Costco about its frozen produce. Target's recall focused on certain market pantry frozen vegetables, while Walmart pulled over 20 varieties of Great Value brand frozen vegetables, such as green peas and mixed vegetables, which were sold between September 2015 and June 2016. Though no illnesses were reported, the recall was issued as a precautionary measure. Consumers with affected items were advised to return them for a full refund. In 2023, Walmart recalled several frozen berry mixes, including Great Value sliced strawberries, mixed fruit, and antioxidant fruit blend, due to potential hepatitis A contamination. The berries, sourced from Mexico, were linked to an outbreak that resulted in 10 hepatitis A cases across 4 states, with 4 hospitalizations but no fatalities. The recall was initiated by Walmart's supplier, Willamette Valley Fruit Company, after the CDC, FDA, and state health officials traced the outbreak to organic strawberries from a farm in Baja California. These strawberries were sold under various brand labels at multiple retailers, prompting widespread concern and swift action.
People should definitely be aware of what they have in their freezer.
In 2019, Perrigo recalled over 23,000 containers of Choice Advantage infant formula milk-based powder with iron sold at Walmart due to potential metal contamination. The issue was flagged by a customer complaint, prompting the recall as a precautionary measure, though no adverse events were reported. Consumers were advised to stop using the product and return it for a full refund. Walmart isn't the only retailer affected by infant formula recalls. Since 2022, multiple recalls have occurred nationwide, mostly due to bacterial contamination rather than foreign objects. These incidents highlight ongoing concerns over the safety of infant formula products. In December 2016, Treehouse Foods Inc. announced a recall of several mac and cheese products, including Walmart's Great Value brand, due to potential salmonella contamination linked to powdered milk sourced from Valley Milk Products LLC. This recall was a follow-up to the FDA's earlier action, which had led to the seizure of 4 million pounds of powdered milk from Valley Milk after salmonella was detected. The recall impacted Walmart's Great Value macaroni and cheese original cups. Consumers were instructed to either dispose of the affected products or return them for a refund. Salmonella contamination can lead to serious health issues such as fever and gastrointestinal distress, particularly dangerous for the elderly, infants, and individuals with weakened immune systems. In 2014, Walmart China faced a major scandal when its popular 5-spice donkey meat was found to contain fox DNA, a cheaper and less desirable substitute. This incident exposed serious lapses in food safety and authenticity standards. A person linked to the supplier's factory was detained on fraud charges. In response, Walmart issued refunds to affected customers and worked with local food authorities in Shandong province to investigate the supplier. While donkey meat is a common snack in some parts of China, fox meat is not. Unfortunately, food fraud is not uncommon. The UK Food Standards Agency estimates that around 10% of foods on the market are tainted.
As you're getting ready to eat breakfast this morning, you may want to listen up to this.
In 2019, Walmart recalled over 6,400 pounds of Great Value frozen meat, produced by George's Prepared Foods, due to potential salmonella contamination. The recall occurred after products that tested positive for salmonella were mistakenly distributed nationwide. The USDA advised consumers to either dispose of or return the affected items, though no illnesses were reported. This wasn't an isolated incident. In 2022, Walmart faced another issue when a massive 120,000-pound ground beef recall was issued due to E. coli concerns, impacting other retailers like Target and Weis Markets as well. In 2022, Walmart and Lily's Sweets issued a recall for 18,855 cases of peppermint flavor baking chips due to the unexpected presence of soy lecithin, which was not declared on the packaging. This recall targeted individuals with soy allergies or sensitivities, as the baking chips, a limited seasonal product available only at Walmart, were found to be potentially hazardous. The recall was prompted by consumer reports of white candy pieces mixed with the peppermint chips. Lily's Sweets traced the contamination to a co-manufacturer, where the white candy pieces, containing soy lecithin and other unlisted ingredients, were inadvertently blended with the peppermint chips. In 2011, a Salmonella Heidelberg outbreak linked to ground turkey affected 136 people across 34 states, with 37 hospitalizations and 1 death, according to the CDC. The strain's resistance to multiple antibiotics heightened the risk of severe illness. The source was traced to a Cargill production facility, prompting a recall of approximately 36 million pounds of ground turkey, including brands like Honeysuckle White and Shady Brook Farms sold at Walmart. Following further testing, Cargill expanded the recall by an additional 185,000 pounds of ground turkey, confirming the presence of the same multi-drug-resistant strain. This incident highlighted serious concerns over food safety. In 2021, Maple Island Inc. recalled 3 lots of Parents' Choice Rice Baby cereal, which is sold at Walmart, due to concerns over arsenic contamination. This decision followed FDA testing that revealed higher than acceptable levels of inorganic arsenic in samples from these specific lots. Although the product's raw ingredients and finished batches initially met FDA standards, Walmart took proactive steps by removing the cereal from its shelves and blocking further sales at the register. The recall affected 8-ounce packages distributed after April 5th, 2021. While trace amounts of arsenic are commonly found in the environment, including in food, the recall aimed to prevent any potential risks to infants' health. The FDA underscores the importance of limiting exposure to such contaminants to safeguard young children's development. In October 2020, Walmart's supplier, Country Fresh, issued an expanded voluntary recall for its freshness-guaranteed cut fruit products, including apples, grapes, mangoes, pineapples, and cantaloupe. The recall was prompted by potential listeria contamination after the FDA detected listeria on equipment near the packaging area during an inspection. Though no illnesses were reported, the recall was a precautionary measure due to the serious health risks posed by listeria, which can lead to severe illness or even death. Walmart swiftly removed the affected products, packaged in various clamshell containers, and advised consumers to discard the fruit or return it for a refund.